I research the regulation of policing, the legal and administrative rules that we apply to police officers to get police officers to behave the way that we want them to, maybe to interact with civilians in a certain way, to make arrests in certain situations but not others, to use force in certain situations but not others. There's a pretty complicated web of both statutes and administrative rules and regulations that apply to police officers, other than just the obvious ones, like the Fourth Amendment, for example, and the restriction on searches and seizures. Federal anti-discrimination law prevents public employers, including police departments, from setting a racial quota on hiring. So what does this mean? This means that police departments cannot go out into a community and intentionally hire a certain percentage of officers to reflect the percentage of racial distributions in the community. So if the police department could engage in hiring practices that made it more reflective of the community, perhaps there would be more trust between the community, which means there's more cooperation, which means crime rates usually go down, particularly violent crime rates. It also means that officer misconduct usually decreases, use of force decreases. So what you have is a very noble federal law, an anti-discrimination law, that has an unanticipated effect when it comes to policing. I think our legal system's big failure with regard to holding police accountable stems from the lack of independence. A prosecutor works often with local police officers, closely in some cases and less closely in most cases. Nevertheless, the prosecutor, in a very real sense, relies on police officers for everything that they need to set up successful criminal prosecutions. When you have that sort of relationship, prosecutors do not want to alienate local police officers. They don't want to look like they're cracking down on police, the very officers that they rely on to make all of their other cases. So yes, I do think that's a tremendous problem.